guys, what's up? It's Kaya. In today's video we'll be going over All American season 4 episode 3, All I Need. And I was so off, y'all. I like that so far we're up to episode 3 and we're constantly keeping up with everyone's storylines, like what's happening with them, so it feels like we're not missing, like we're not jumping too far ahead for them, and we get to see how everything is slowly being played out for each of them. And I'm here for it because, except for this week. Okay, alright. If you see that I may have skipped something in this recap, I did it on purpose because I'm not accepting it. I'm not gonna skip it. I'm gonna touch on it, but I'm highly upset. They got me so tight. I'm not even gonna mention it right now. We're just gonna hold off until we get to that point because I'm still not accepting it. But you know what? Up until what we will not mention right now took place, I was like, oh my goodness, yo, this episode, it was so good. Everything was going great, you know, the stories were moving. I was all for it. Until we got like midway through. And this is what they're gonna sit here and give me. I said, okay, so starting out with Coach Hudson from Toledo and him telling Spence how, yeah, we want you to start in the spring. I'm like, all right. But I'm thinking this man meant legit springtime, like next year. No, this dude said 2 weeks. I said 2 weeks? His relationship is 2 weeks. I don't know, but it's still fresh. Him and Liv are still learning each other. I was like, dang, you saw Spence's face? He was looking like, I'm about to be leaving behind a lot. Because you are. So the fact that you want him to dip out now, when he still has so much, I said, no, this can't be. This cannot be. Spence is not, he cannot go for it. But on top of that, he was like, as long as you're in good standing. And both Principal Carter and Coach Baker approved. Now, we knew Billy was going to sit here and say yes. At first, I was like, oh, you know, he'll be helping him pack up. No. This man, he was like, I ain't got to do all that. I'm going to just sign off that he could dip out now. So, here we go with the 2 weeks again because Jordan's now talking to his dad about the video he put together of his performance, and he's been sending it out. He hasn't heard anything in 2 weeks, and Billy's basically being that supportive daddy to Jordan. He wasn't acting like that with Spence, but he's telling him, you know, you have the skills, the talent, and everything is there. Give it time. It takes time. Jordan's a little worried, but they have the Platinum All-American game coming up. Y'all, okay, so Coach Montez, we find out she's the one who's going to be leading the game for the Western Conference because they won. But y'all, it was Jordan telling his dad, you guys are the ones who actually won that game. I said, come again? He's being honest. The fact that he knows what happened, but then at the same time, it's like, you know the truth, but yet you've been walking around here like you're the best thing on earth. I'll give him credit though, that he does know that they didn't really win that game and that South Crenshaw really won, and that he was able to voice it out loud to his dad, because I was not expecting that. Asher's visiting Coach Montez and they're talking about his scholarship that he no longer has the offer from Coastal for, but he still has acceptance into the school. Alright, at this point with Asher, I like that she's helping him and she's trying to help him figure out what his plan B is. She's also offering him the opportunity to help her coach the game that's coming up, but he's milking it. This man, I get it. You know, you lost your passion. You don't see what your future is right now. Your dream, the dream is dead. Coop. Same thing for Asher. That's why they're about to bond. His dream for him is dead too. So he doesn't see much of a way out. But you have people in your life that are trying to help you find another path and to help you through this. Also, your senior year is coming to an end, so you're gonna have to make some decisions soon. He's doing a lot right now, and I'm tired of seeing him moping around every time they show him. Now he's never happy. They gotta fix something. They gotta help him find another dream soon because he's killing me. We get to the studio and basically it's a standoff happening between Preach and Lele because Coop hasn't been showing up to lay down the tracks and time and money is being wasted. And if Layla was to just be like, okay, this is what time we're meeting at the studio, you're her artist and you know that you guys have deadlines that you have to meet. So you should be showing up to put them vocals down, girl. You knew, which she does, you knew beforehand that you did not plan on showing up to the studio to record. Why wouldn't you just tell her, instead of having her not only sitting here waiting for you, wasting her time, but having to run down all these other people just to try to connect with you? Why are you doing that, girl? Come on. Let's preach, because like, bro, can you round her up and bring her to the studio to do what she's supposed to be doing? And he knows that she quit music, so he's over here catching himself lying because Coop's not trying to say anything, but he still got a whole bunch of stuff on his plate that he has to deal with. His fake baby, the fact that his fake baby is still questioning about her mama, who now dead. He the one that killed her, and he got over here make a living for her because now he the one that got to take care of her. And Coop done moved in with him. He got a lot too. He dealing with. They're all upset for their own different reasons. Coop's upset because she can't get nothing out. Preach upset because he basically got to take care of his daughter. He kind of taking care of Coop at the same time, over here lying for her and everything. Lele upset because she don't got no real artist right now, and the artist she thought she had, she not trying to do what she's supposed to do. So they all tight. We get Liv and Spence walking through the park, y'all, and okay, they look so cute, but they hurting, man. And this is wild because Spence is breaking it to her that they want him to come now. 2 weeks. That's all they got left together. 2 weeks. That's what this episode should have just been called, 2 weeks. So she's being that supportive girlfriend, telling him, you gotta take it. You gotta go. This is an opportunity. Being there for him. My thing is, though, she's saying these words, but you can see on her face that she don't want him to go. It's also the fact that they just got together. They've waited so long to be together. They've had so many obstacles that have come up with them even trying to make this relationship official. And now that it is, they're trying to take him out? Well, take him away. She's not about to tell him, listen, I don't want you to go and I want you to stay here with me. That's not her. So instead, she's telling him, you have to go. And basically, they're going to make this long distance. We don't want that. So they're going to have to figure something out, which I know they will, because he's not going to no Toledo. And he done found out Dante not up in there. I'm jumping a little bit. But he done found out Dante not up in there. He ain't going to Toledo. He going to find some way. But right now, she's telling him, you have to go. So they're going to make the most of the time that they have left together. And he's taking girl out for a date night. Man. Him thanking Billy for signing off on his early enrollment. And he's like, oh, you worked hard for this. Man, if you don't go, he's so annoying. I cannot take him. He is, I'm like, Spence, like you done talked to him before. You done told him how you was feeling. Don't try to be nice now, talking about, well, thank you. No, thank you. He not doing you a favor. This fake daughter, y'all, Amina, man. Coop better watch out. I'm questioning if that's Preacher's daughter. But I'm 100% sure that that's Mo's daughter, because she take just after her mama. That girl, she over here, she is inspecting. She was like, y'all got shot the same day. How? Why? Were y'all together? I'm like, dad, she over here digging. She want to know what happened to her mama. Who done killed her mama? And Coop, she looking a little nervous too. Her scared. She trying to change the subject. Oh, you want to go play on the monkey bars? Well, monkey bars, there are no monkey bars. So Coop is talking to Amina. She's realizing that Amina has questions about her mom and how she died, how she got shot, everything leading up to it. She's not trying to answer those questions. When Preach ends up coming and they get into the whole discussion about Layla and her not even taking care of her own responsibilities. Now she all tight because he coming at her when she's the one that's trying to help him with his kid, and she just needed time before she talked to Layla. A mess. She's a mess, and she needs to figure things out. Yeah, see, Patience not there because Patience is. Hopefully she done. I'm hoping she is completely done. You got Spence, who about to be out because 2 weeks, and then you got Preach, who took you in when you needed somebody. So he was there. And now you're over here burning that bridge. Layla, that flame is slowly burning out. So you don't have much going for you, girl. And she, right now, with Preach, she is burning that bridge right now. I said, it's going up in flames. And then, but you know what it was for me? It's Amina staring at them through the gate when she's sitting on the swing as like Coop's leaving because Coop's upset. The look she is giving in their direction, like she is plotting. If I can find the photo, I'm gonna try to insert it. I was like, this little girl crazy. That most definitely is Mo's daughter. So Liv is meeting with her sponsor, Nurse Joy, and I gotta say, seeing her here with her sponsor, well, also leading up to this, but now here with her sponsor talking to her, this has been the happiest she's ever been, well, since we've met her, that I've seen, where she's so open and honest and genuinely happy with where her life is at right now, because she has her family and the relationships that she's building with them. She has the boy she's in love with and who's in love with her. And now she is getting ready to graduate high school, which we know high school was a struggle for our girl. So she's about to be out. So the conversation started out with her talking about Spencer going away to school, him leaving sooner than they thought, and her sponsor letting her know it's okay to be happy for him, but still acknowledge that something like that is going to be difficult. But just knowing how to deal with it. The conversation shifts now to the topic of sex, and her and Spencer, they haven't been able to take that step yet. I think I was just seeing it as, this is something new, this relationship for them, and what it took for them to get to this point, especially with Liv, who's been in love with him basically since day one. And for Spencer, who it took him a while to realize those feelings, but when he did and he was able to voice those feelings out loud to her, it still took a while for them to get to this point now because they had so many things setting them back. So it was just them enjoying each other for the most part and not feeling pushed to have to take that step to sleep with each other. I took it as they were still learning each other and there's no dynamic between them, and they weren't trying to rush things, so that would have come with time. So now that she's actually voicing it out loud, and then for her sponsor to tell her, you're both hesitant to do so because it really means something this time to the both of you, and you want to make sure it's right and you don't want to force it, which is true, because I feel like all the times before with their other partners, they've had love for them, but they weren't in love with them, and I feel like their feelings didn't run as deep as they do for how they feel now about each other. I definitely see what her sponsor means with this meaning something to her, which is why you want to make sure it's right when it does happen. Last week, homegirl, she was in the heat of the moment. She was going for it because they were alone and it seemed like it was about to happen, and she loves him. So they got caught up a little bit. Well, she got caught up. Spencer was like, oh, no, my mama. But I think now for her to have a little bit more time to sit with it and to think on it and actually talk about it with someone, and because she hadn't actually got to that point last week, I think had she got to that point right before it would have happened, they would have taken a step back. So I think for Liv, now fully thinking about it, she knows that this is someone she's in love with. This is a relationship she sees lasting, y'all, for the long haul. Both of you want to make sure that going into it, if you are going to take that next step, is something you both want, and you'll both be okay still once it does happen. So especially with Liv going through her recovery and everything, he wants to make sure she's good, she wants to make sure she's good as well. And then with him having to leave soon now, just taking all those things into account, this is something you both know you want, but also you're so worried about it at the same time because you both care a lot about each other, about your relationship, which is so sweet to see. But wait, Liv's reaction though to her sponsor questioning if Spencer was pressuring her second guessing her answer now, wondering like, wait, is it weird that he's not? Girl, chill, it's gonna come. Y'all, time gonna come. Y'all, poor mama Grace, because she about to lose her baby, he about to be out, so he wants to spend as much time with the people that he cares about while he can, and where's Dill? They showed my man Dill the first episode back, and he been MIA, and they've been all up in his house, and And if his bro's about to dip out in 2 weeks, shouldn't he be there with some parting words? Don't he care? We're deal. So we find out from Coach Montez that the reason none of these schools want Jordan, y'all, the medical records. Because y'all know Mans was over there. He had them concussions. He was trying to cover them up. They ain't like that. So that's why they're not trying to hit him up. No matter how good he plays now, he's a risk. I always saw Mans struggling to get up in them college doors. So this wasn't a surprise. But I'm just like, he was so set. And he thought he was on the way there. And now he's struggling just like Asher. So Spence telling Mama Grace, Coach Baker and I, we were just player and coach. She's like, since when? I'm like, since when? No. Don't try to sugarcoat it because he's not trying to talk to you because he's feeling some kind of way. You tell your mama what the deal really is. And Mama Grace, y'all see that look on her face? I knew it was coming. I said, as soon as I saw that look on her, she looked determined. She was like, not my baby. I'm gonna go talk to him. I knew she was gonna make her way over there, and I was like, yes, I could not wait. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for her to go talk to him. But the talk, let me not even. We're gonna get there eventually. Laura was kind of hitting above Mama Grace for me. Mama Grace done got back on top now. This right here did it for her. I said, you tell him. To think when I saw this scene here, I was like, you know, this is so nice because she's helping him when he's down. Come and just get your mind off of what it is that's stressing you out right now. I'm upset. Before we get there, Lele comes to the hangout and it looks great. She sees, man, he's over here struggling trying to write this paper. Let me go talk to him. You know what? Why don't you come with me? Get your mind off of this. You're not writing anything anyway. Your brain is stumped. So come with me. I'm about to try to sign an artist. I've already failed a couple of times at it. So maybe come watch me fail. Who knows? Maybe you'll be my good luck charm. She basically doesn't give him any other choice. He is like, you know what? I'll go. I'll get away. So they go to do that. I said, oh my goodness, this is so nice. I was all for it because Ash has been struggling. Lele, Coop's in her own world. Coop is on a whole nother level and she's not communicating. So, girl, you looking for a new artist? That's right. That's what you should be doing because you can't rely on Coop. You go do that and bring him with you too so he can see, yes, you failed a couple of times, but you're not giving up. You're going to keep going so that way he knows. Stop sulking. Go find something else to do. Plan B. Yes. All for it. Until. Now we're back to Jordan. Jordan's talking to Papa Billy about the reason why colleges aren't checking for him because of those good old concussions. And he is basically looking for advice, you know. He's coming to his daddy. He thinks he should go to a junior college for a few years, establish himself there. Tells him he should think about it, but Jordan is quick with the, oh no, I trust you, Dad. Since when? But you know what? I'm not even gonna let him. This is progress. So you go right ahead. I'm all for them building up their relationship and being good with each other. I'm all for it. I don't know. See, it's sad that he would have to go this route in order to have the career that he wants. So I'm hoping something better will work out for him. But I mean, if this is what it is for him, gotta do what you gotta do, buddy. It's exactly what I said. Patience, girl. She on a break. And now Spence gotta swoop in because now he's back talking to Coop. He gotta talk some sense into her. Why you not trying to tell Layla what it is? You already know you don't quit music. You got this girl out here checking for you, sending for you, waiting for you. You gonna say something? When she was already trying to change the subject onto him and Liv and, oh, you guys haven't actually slept together? Wow, what you waiting for? Yada yada. Mind your business. What also gets me about this conversation here is at this point, so many other people now know that you apparently quit music except the number one person who should know. Spence is telling her, you need to let her know because that's supposed to be your friend and yet you're holding on to something that you already know is gone. Like, you said you're done. She's saying it's so hard to actually say the words, I quit. You just said music is dead. The dream is dead. Shouldn't that be harder to say than I quit? Just saying. Scared to tell Lele because she know Lele been waiting all this time. She should have told her the first day she felt that way. Why you waited? But she should have told her. She was too scared to tell her. That's why she's scared to come to her now, because it's some time done passed by and she know Lele done put a lot of time, a lot of money, and wasted her energy waiting for this girl to show up, and she ain't never show up. So she know, shit, I was supposed to be my friend, but I wasn't really treating her like a friend, and I wasn't really doing business the way I was supposed to. So I'm kind of scared to have that conversation right now. I bet you she wanted a buffer from when she went to go see her later on. She ain't have one though. Y'all, Mama Grace coming to see Billy. You know she is not playing around when she out here airing her own dirty laundry. She was like, need I remind you about your own mistakes? Our mistake? Our affair? I said, yo, you gonna sit there and put that back out there like that? You gonna throw that in his face? Because she was like, you're not gonna sit here and treat my son like that. Yeah, I ran your son up out of here because you talking to him. And Billy was like, that's why, you know, she got him in check, because he was like, yeah, you know, no. At first it was the fact that he was training Jordan, but that's when I think about it, that's not the root of the problem. That's not what it is. I was jealous. Thank you. Say it again. Admit it. Grown man, he was jealous because he got Jordan to a place he couldn't. For Jordan to sit here and say he trusts me, and that was because of Spencer. Yep, it was. You acknowledge that. You sit with that. I was like, yo, it took his mom's coming to see you for you to be this honest. Go somewhere. Y'all, Liv Girl forgot the rest of her skirt. They pull up, Liv Girl, she in her short skirt. She's in the short top. She looks cute though. You do you, girl. You look cute. You rocking that outfit. He looking nice. He got his little button down on. I said, all right, Spence, I see you cleaning up out here. They get to the spot, right? She's okay with, all right, she was mad excited though because she thought they were going somewhere else. But she's okay with what he already had planned. But Spencer, he's such a great guy, y'all. He could tell that is not what she wanted, and her heart was right over there at that little spot. He said, you know what? Maybe I could save some money too over here. It might not cost as much as this restaurant, so girl, don't worry about it. I cancel it. Nah, he knows that this is what she would prefer to do, so he cancels it, and they go over here, y'all. This date, I was like, can I come? Can I be a fly on the wall? Seeing them just be happy in each other's space and to be able to have this much fun with each other. I ain't never seen Liv smile that hard before, except for whenever she's with Spence for the most part. But even then, this is the biggest she's ever smiled for the longest period of time because they're on a date now. I was like, look at that. This girl, from where she started to where she is right now, the difference, crazy. And even him, because yeah, he's been in relationships before, but you can genuinely see how happy he is every time he's around her, and the smile that comes on his face. And it's so nice and so cute. Can we just get an hour of this? Their relationships haven't been on this level. Their relationships haven't even come close to this. So this is something different. And I'm here for it, because can they just get a whole day, a whole date? Oh, wait, no. Make it like a whole weekend. Let them they should go to the cabin. Yes, let them get a cabin weekend and let us spend the weekend. I mean, we can't get a whole episode of it, but let that be a good portion of them just being in each other's space at the cabin. I would love that. Y'all, this girl, Amina, when they first introduced her last season, she was all smiles and everything. I get it, her mama died, but I don't know, something seems off. This she is always me mugging now, and it's kind of creeping me out because I feel like she's plotting death on Preach and Coop. She's not, until she found out what really happened to her mama. But just the stares that she gives them, little girl, somebody need to talk to her, because clearly she's going through some things. And Coop, at least she can notice that much, that, you know, she's going through some things and she's taking the death of her mama hard. And she's in here trying to make amends with Preach. She over here trying to apologize. You know, yeah, I gotta talk to Lele and let her know what the deal is. So go do that. Yo, I'm so tight, y'all. I'm not trying to claim it. You know what? I'm gonna hope it's a one and done. I can't even. Okay, Lele gets back to the studio. Matter of fact, scratch that. Layla comes back to the studio. She's with Asher. Meeting went great. She signed this artist, the one that turned her down twice. Asher's hyped for her. He's like, you did that, girl. You did that, girl. You went in there and you made that happen for yourself. You did not take no for an answer. You sealed that deal. And she was like, yes, I did that. I was a badass in there. I made that happen. Okay. Yes. Congratulate her. Yes, you take that congratulations, girl. You feel good about yourself, especially after what you've been through with Coop. You take it all in. When I tell you that whole situation that followed with them sleeping together came from left field. What? She's been making a lot of progress, y'all. She has the music that she's been working on, her label, producing, getting artists. That's something that came up over time because it gave her something to put her energy into, and it showed her a passion of hers and a way to be closer to her mom. And on top of that, building these relationships now. I feel like it's just setting her back so far from the progress she's made up until this point, especially with Asher, who was her first boyfriend first boyfriend that we knew coming in, and we saw how that relationship was. That wasn't really a relationship to me because she ain't really love that boy. She don't got no feelings for him. We've spoken about this before, about Layla and her wanting someone there, her feeling like she needs someone because of what she's been through. And I'm like, okay, she did just recently move into the Baker household, so it hasn't been that long. That's something new that she's still learning to live with. She is building back up her friendships, but even her and Liv's friendship seem to be getting back to a good place, and that they're actually working on it. So for you to show us that, you know, they're not in a terrible place, they're doing pretty well right now. She moved into the Baker household. Her dad and her are working on their relationship. Yeah, she has these issues going on with Coop, but I feel like her issues with Coop aren't enough to have her go back this far. Like this to me was unnecessary. She did not need to sleep with this guy. And also just because, yeah, that's how she is she needs someone, that's her thing. But I thought she was really growing from that. And now with her doing this, it's like, were you really making any progress? Or, you know, was that still always the case? And Coop was that person for the most part that you was putting your time and your energy into, and that's why I couldn't really see that you still was suffering from that same thing, because you had someone, you had Coop, you had a distraction, and Coop was that distraction. So now with Coop, she not trying to talk to you or anything, you have this slip up because who are you going to turn to? You don't have very many people, and yeah, you know, your relationship with Liv is building up, but she's in a relationship of her own, and there's not much else that you have going on for yourself outside of music, which you can't really do with no artist. God, y'all, I'm hurt because at this rate, what I was pushing for, Jordala, it's gonna need to wait, because not only does he have things he needs to work through, you know, trying to get his way into college, but she apparently has a long way to go, especially with this whole slip up, and especially with it being with Asher. Nah, we can't have that. Asher and Jordan, they're like bros, so they only need a little bit of time between this whole Jordala thing happening, which It's coming. I believe it's coming. But I can wait. I can definitely wait because she needs a lot more growth to happen for herself as well. Dad, they both need to grow. Okay, so we get to Spence and Liv, and it's the end of their date. They're talking outside the car, and yeah, I was not expecting it to be the sex combo. Some of y'all did though, so that's what they're chatting about here. And yo, you know what? You know what made me laugh is when it finally got to the topic, and he was trying to invite her back home or whatever, but when he's explaining to her about why he was waiting, and he's like, you know, I've slept with chicks before. Layla's one of those chicks. She's just a chick. But you, Liv, you mean something to him. Seriously, it was so cute, the conversation they were having with each other, because it's like they both were trying to feel each other out and see where they were on the topic and how they each felt about it. And the fact that they could have this kind of conversation with each other without it being awkward, and just to really let their feelings and emotions show, I was like, this is why I love y'all. You know what took me out is when he was inviting her back to the house, and she, after they talked about the whole sex thing, she was questioning, well, why were you inviting me if, you know, we weren't going to sleep together? And he tells her it's because he made dessert. Her laugh was everything. Listen, that laugh got him too, because he was stuck. As soon as he heard her laugh come out her mouth, she got the first out. She didn't even get too deep into it. He was just stuck. He was like, I'm so in love with you. Words she always wanted to hear from the first day she saw him. Now look, he don't even got, it doesn't take a second for him to get them out. My man, he don't got to think twice. Spalivia season 4, Spalivia content we've been getting season 4. They've been so generous. They have been so kind to us, y'all. Thank you. I was like, dang, man, we was about to get some more content, and then Billy come hitting him up because he wanted to see him. Bad timing. I don't know why they keep taking us back to the studio. I don't want to go back, but we're back here because they're still in there. And Asher wants to talk about what done happened between him and Lele. She's talking about celebratory sex between friends. No, girl. Yep. Were they even friends before this? Had they even got back to that level? Did they even ever make it to that level? I mean, I know she let him move in for a little while there, but she was being nice. I'm not taking this. But she's not trying to make a big deal about it. Y'all, oh my gosh. Y'all. So when he was in the hangout earlier and she came to him and was talking to him over there, trying to get him to feel better, come with me, yada yada. And he tells her in the hangout, yeah, you know, I lost my first love and football basically in the same year. Now, back up in the studio after they have their little thingy. And she's not trying to make a big deal about it. He was smiling a little too hard for me over here. He got the legs crossed. So he's smiling. She makes a comment. She's like, oh, because, you know, you just said your first love, Olivia. He said, oh, no, actually, I meant you. Who? No, go somewhere. No. This is his plan B. Y'all, I'm not taking it. She better not fall for it. She better not fall for it. This dude, I'm like, no, that is not your first love. You think she is your first love. You better move on, Asher. And Lele, don't get hung up on that. He's not your first love. You know that for sure. So keep it pushing. I don't even think she's had her first love right now. At this point, I think she's still searching, because even Spence wasn't her first love. I mean, she had love for him, but she wasn't in love with him. So no. She needs to run. Matter of fact, run back for those hills. He had the nerve to say, no, you were my first love. I said, if she had taken a sip of that drink, she would have spit it out. Because, sir, what? Why are you trying to bring that up now? That's mad random. And even when he brought it up the first time, when she was talking to him, that was mad random. Why did you bring it up then? Up in the hangout, talking about, oh, I lost my first love. And Okay, and at this point, he's so lost and confused on what path to take that it just seemed like he's just trying to grab at anything he can from his past. And apparently, that's Lele because, listen, he probably wouldn't have gone for it had she not come up to him in the first place. But because she did, he saw that as his opportunity. He was like, you know what? Maybe I can see if something is still here because I don't have football anymore. I don't know what road lies ahead for me. So I'm going to try to see if something is here. I feel like that's his plan. He's trying to just hook his claws into something that he feels would be secure and that brings him some comfort. Where's Vanessa? Like we need little Nessa back because I'm not taking this. I'm not. Billy annoying himself and got a talking to from Mama Grace, and now he's trying to be nice. He calls Spencer to the school. Mind you, it's not a one-on-one conversation he having with him. He still need to have that talk. I'm not taking this whole group convo as your apology. Neither is he. He better not. And he ends up giving them some rings. Talking about we won. Yeah, y'all did. But I mean, you have to do better than that, Billy. I'm still mad about Layla, y'all. Layla, I done knocked her down a few pegs because of her actions. But her and Coop in this studio right now, I mean, she got a few of them. She got a few of them back because, y'all, the way she put on her business hat, that girl Coop, I felt a little. I was like, dang, she is cutthroat. I've been trying to make eye contact. That's the thing. This girl was all business, doing anything else but having to look at Coop because she done found out Asher opened his big mouth. He done got some loose lips after he done got some of Layla and told her basically that Coop was done. And she was like, what you mean done? So now she know. Coop come up in here all late trying to tell her, girl, she already know. You don't know, but she know. So when Layla was like, I can do whatever I want. You're not fulfilling your end of the bargain. So you know what? You're going to sign these papers right here. Yo, I said, yeah, that was the agreement. So she can do whatever she wants. Coop was like, yo, she was like, that's how you going to do me? I thought we was family. Where you weren't treating her like it when everyone else, talking to everyone else, but who you should be talking to. And now you're surprised that she acting like this? I mean, I was only surprised because I didn't think she was going to be that hard. But that girl, Layla, she was just like, you know what it is? It's because she found herself a replacement. She found somebody else that's going to sit here and lay down them vocals. Somebody else that can get it out. Someone else who doesn't have no jacked up lungs, if your lungs are actually messed up. Girl, Coop, you go right ahead. You could quit. I don't know what you're going to find yourself doing. Well, Layla, I'm surprised at the way you actually went about it because I didn't expect her to be that hardcore with cutting Coop off. But I'm not mad at it. Listen, it's about time. Coop needs to learn. So you go right ahead, girl. I'm still mad at you, but I like what you did right here. Okay, it was Amina's face on the playground that had me cracking up, but also it's Coop's face when Layla tells her, I'm gonna need your signature right here. If I can find her face and get like a screenshot of it, I'm gonna put it in because she looks so hurt. Like she wanted to take it back. You can't. What else I'm hoping is, it seems like Layla now is becoming a bit more harsh, and I guess she's coming more into her own and learning what she will and will not accept. But I'm hoping that's not fully changing her because it seems like her attitude is changing a bit as well. Because a lot of the times that we've seen her now, she's been going through something drastic, or she's been having to have these tough conversations with her daddy, telling him how she really feels. With Coop now kicking her off the label because you was going to quit anyway, or so you already quit, but now I'm just making it official, so I'm right here. So these conversations now, so we're not seeing much of that sweet side to her. I hope we don't lose that because I don't want to have to deal with this Layla all the time who's just like cold shoulder. I mean, let her have a warm shoulder sometimes. I mean, I like Coach Montez, but her talking about, yeah, I wanted to know if you would be my assistant coach. He should be the head coach of that game because they won, miss. But it's alright though, because I don't like Billy like that anyway, so he could be on the side with you as an assistant. Also, y'all see how he come downstairs now and he's not mean mugging Spencer, and now he's just cool with him being there. So Coach Montez is on board with, well, she thinks it's a good idea, the junior college plans for Jordan, and she's gonna help him out too. So now look, he got Coach Montez and he got his daddy trying to help him because he over here struggling trying to get into school, and he gonna need all the help he can get. I mean, Spencer did help, but I mean, he can't change those medical records, so you gotta do what you gotta do, kid. Oh, okay, and then Spence, he finds out when he gets back home, Dante, Dante who? Dante not even here no more. Well, he not at Toledo. So now, and then the dude, he's so annoying. Coach Hudson, he was like, oh, is that gonna be an issue? I mean, it's not like he's gonna sit here and say no. This is his only offer right now. So he's like, oh, no, it's good. But my man, he was taken aback by that because that kid out there, he was set on Dante. Somehow, some way, he gotta get out of Toledo. Somehow, some way, that has to happen because him and Liv have a lot going on. So, and I need more dates. So we gotta fix that. I think Lele, y'all, like over the next few weeks, because her separation with Coop is gonna be so new, they'll still have a few more encounters with each other because of it, and because she'll have this new artist that she's working with, and the new artist will be doing tracks that Coop was supposed to be doing. So I think that's just going to bring out more of the ice within her, and I don't think I want that. I mean, I don't like Coop, but I don't want Layla changing anymore. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping we're not backtracking. But yeah, that is everything for this week's video, you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.